Katochin kora chitab kolenjin eng ketesiet noton ichame nebo Kass TV kotigeyoten nguni koamuch amwaun tai kemiten ak MP nebo Marakwet West Timothy Kipchumba kimache kenai missing kotienge ngalekab istoet en boisiet noton nebo rubeiwotab President Rigathi Gachagua nemwaat kele tat emetab raini keitita bunge sikomuch ketebolen ak kengalalen inendet ko kilioto ko missing kokuitos kotienge ngalekab ngatutik en istoetab boisiet noton nebo rubeiwotab President ak ngalalindo kasarta tai kebolenji en emetab Kenya tos lenen ngatutik tos len akichek kandoikab bolotet tos magat en nguni mwoe biik kole tos priority anan tos kinyalu amun kamwaat kele moikoin kasubet boisionikab serikali momoche campaign ng'utum amoche kora yokuit tebutik en oret nebo Facebook ak en oret nebo WhatsApp sikomuch ketebsen inendet komait kiwang'undet tuitet. Karibu sana mheshimiwa Timothy Kipchumba en studio.
Asante sana.
Tab rain ko betut ne busy en okwek lakini kenyoru boroindo inyon Kass TV ak kemwa kele kongoi amun en noton.
Asante sana kongoi Shedrack Mutai amu kekuro studio nebo Kass FM sipa ngale ngalechu mi kore chebo impeachment chebo deputy president. Kumwa ne Mwingereza Mwingereza kele today the rubber will meet the road.
Kwa kele Tuesday kele mara might kole bi komi mana mungo magaspiana kele tos ko.
Amejogone assurance ya kwamba already the mover kure Mwengi Mutuse who is the kumove nyama motion na amechagua assurance ya kwamba that motion kumi kuchona nina saa 8 as members of parliament kiga tagan sites already micho mwagile supportane kimicho mwagile mwagi supportane so already the cast has been the die has been cast.
Takine korong komagine kele the process of the ngot case takotos ne komagine tos mi kainengung en listit chebo biik chemoche koisto rubeiwotab president anan ne kerengung?
Ane kile Timothy MP Marakwet West ku kikiba debe tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 2022 akilewen President William Ruto ak Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. I support the presidency. I support the president of this republic, William Samoei Ruto. I support the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. So as we speak, machamua categorically, clearly, I am not one of those who have signed the impeachment of the impeachment motion of the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. I support the presidency, William Ruto, and the current DP, Rigathi Gachagua.
Rigathi Gachagua ko aenge en kandoik chekindochi bolotet en emet en kasarta nebo campaign nekimokomoche missing kelewen alak en kandoik kobun independent ticket ako mongo tikinyo komosta noton nebo Marakwet West amun kiamwa kole kimoche kochang'a kandoik chebendi serikali much kiyai campaign against you lakini akere kemach ile ikochi kasubet presidency.
Surprisingly when Rigathi Gachagua he never supported me. In fact kichaka Pcheropo kile kumeche kile nontoongea na wakili nitapanga Pcherop. But I have since matured in politics. But toka wanyuri ngachar 2 years. There are things that kwa raneli kiongozi or there comes a time then the nation is bigger than any individual. Yeah, kile o Kenya kasir certain interest and we promise people so many things. Shada Mutai last mile connectivity, which is a big challenge in this country. In fact, Kile Marakwet West, we are at 30% last mile connectivity. Ngalega barabara, ngalega maji, ngalega employment, which is a crisis in this country. So I think this motion about impeachment about deputy president, ill-timed, politically motivated, or is not grounded on law and material basis. That is my understanding of I have read the motion. So yes. I have read the notice of motion actually this afternoon. That is why I don't support it, and I have my reasons for not supporting it. In this program.
Kongot missing sigeger noton. Arorwech en bitab raini biik chegerenen nguni komoe konetisiet ngemwa kele kiibu motion. Arorwech ngatutik chebo bunge kiibu motion tos ngeng'ololen tos kivoten. Arorwech kityo kokuyo biik chegerenen nguni the process.
Bas kinyo batanya mache kenai ku nele kitinye kure presidency. Oku as opposed ako before this 2010 constitution kikitinye a vice president. Lakini kene kipitisha katiba nyaba Kenya nyaba 2010. Saa kitinye kule deputy president. Nile katiba mwegele you before election the president lazima kunominate deputy president nyanyi as a running mate. Yeah. So in our case in 2013 ki nam Uhuru Kenyatta William Ruto kwa deputy president. It was a joint ticket.
Yes.
Yeah. Of which deputy president who joined with the deputy president lazima ipiri one ticket.
Yes.
Yeah. The same case with 2022 elections. Kikupitisha President William Ruto ak deputy president Rigathi Gachagua as a joint ticket. Yeah. So we must first of all isolate the issues. This is not a vice president. Rigathi Gachagua could deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Yeah. So it was a joint ticket. So we cannot isolate the issues. So
vice president or deputy one?
Because under the new constitution, the deputy president could, the vice president under the former constitution, can be fired anytime by the president, whether you like him or not. But under this, and even the vice president was nominated and appointed after the election.
Yes.
Like in the deputy president, before the election, lazima when imwagele, my deputy president is this particular individual, just like a deputy governor. So that is before election. The other one was after the election, augmenting a lot of powers. The president could remove impeachment. But under the current constitution, impeachment, deputy president, and there must be grounds. And the reason why we are doing that is because it was a joint ticket.
Yes.
Yeah. When you go to the ballot, a joint ticket between the president and the deputy president. So my procedure.
Yes.
Secretary Deputy President. Actually, the procedure of removing a deputy president is similar, 100%, over the removal of a president. In fact, the procedure, the grounds, there are three grounds deputy president. Under Article 150 Kenya. One, a gross violation of the constitution. Constitution. Yeah, gross violation. Number two, if the deputy president has violated, grossly violated any Kenya and any law, local law or international law. Number three, gross misconduct. The three grounds deputy president. Lakini procedure, those are the grounds, the three grounds. Lakini procedure, Kenya Article 145 of the Constitution, removal of the deputy president by impeachment. Nyabatai, Kemwagile lazima there was signatures, actually a third of the members of parliament. A third, 349, 117 members of parliament.
Yes.
As we speak, I think we have around 250 or almost 300 signatures. So a third, 117 signatures. That is to initiate the motion of impeachment. The deputy president came at 117 signatures. That's a third of the 349 members of parliament.
Yes.
Elected or nominated, all of them are voting. But baada ya hiyo, motion now, the notice of motion. After 117 signatures, the notice of motion. Yeah. So notice of motion, we want to impeach the deputy president on the following grounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, reasons.
Yes.
And then thereafter, seconded the motion. The seconded. Now, thereafter, like a few days so that you can understand the motion. And then probably, and on Thursday, the motion now comes to the floor of the House for debate.
Yes.
So that members can give opinion like supporting, more supporting, the reason for not supporting, the reason for supporting. Probably Tuesday, Wednesday, tomorrow, or Thursday.
Yes.
So that the motion now is being brought for debate in the House. Debate, now we need that motion to be taken to the Senate. So who was Senate? Because impeachment of president or deputy president could bicameral.
Yes.
Lazima kuchua National Assembly.
Senate.
Akuchone Senate.
Yes.
Senate is the house that actually will deal largely with impeachment. President and deputy president. So nakaga nyoro 2/3. 2/3 of 349 members of parliament could 233 members of parliament. So in the second stage, National Assembly, came 233 members of the National Assembly. Thereafter, Thursday or tomorrow, the law says lazima get transmitted to Senate within 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah, because Thursday, Mommy sitting Friday or Saturday or Sunday or Monday, probably would Senate next week on Tuesday. So, Senate, the procedure is different.
Yes.
Nagaga Senate, quite speaker, never Senate communication to the House.
Yes.
Kele, the impeachment of the Deputy President, Kagichone National Assembly. Sai Kumi Senate. Now, at the Senate stage, the motion will be read. Ake Kasmo Senate, ke deliberate in Senate, and then thereafter now, Kamikinyogure fair hearing. Lazima gai public participation.
Yes.
At the Senate. Lazima kwa Senate public participation. Kunyo reviews chaba public come through memoranda. Lakini my interpretation, Omo President kilewen pictureless President activity President in the joint ticket.
Yes.
Kilewen pictureless 7.2 million. In my understanding, and having read judgments, chopo impeachment of governors, came much a more pronounced public participation.
Yes.
Yeah, almost views from all over the country. So thereafter, Kanagagit Senate, then they debate, Kai public participation, but more importantly, Klasma. So the Senate has two options. One, Mujak form a committee, a select committee, near the House. So we discuss it so that the fair hearing within where the Deputy President will appear, within the select committee or plenary.
Oh, okay.
So more may but the Senate may have a select committee. So or the hearing the entire plenary. Lakini my from the recent practice, Senate, normally hearing the main plenary.
Yes.
So the way I know it and the way I see it, likely trial by chamber.
Yes. That is
So that floor of the House. So that kucha Deputy President keso manche mashtaka akitete nchigai at the floor of the Senate.
Yes.
Yeah. Thereafter, again, the final vote in the Senate came at 2/3. 2/3 of the 67 senators, all of them will vote, both elected or nominated. 2/3 of the 67 to 45. So again, Secretary impeachment, Secretary impeachment, most Senate came at 45 signatures from the Senate, so that they now pass it, and then now from there, the impeachment of the Deputy President, and then from there, when they went through. Judiciary now will have to arrange themselves for swearing in of another Deputy President. Now, the law is silent on what happens impeaching Deputy President, Senate, on how the process of finding anyone. But because we borrow, the law is President, a likely route what the current governors are doing, that you nominate another deputy governor. So in this case, maybe the president, with the approval of the party, UDA, who nominated a new deputy president.
Nominating president after impeachment?
Immediately. He can do it immediately. Yeah, after gazettement too, kage impeaching the deputy president, it is gazetted in the Kenya Gazette. The law is silent on the time, but I believe because of political reasons, it may be immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, so that avoided maybe court cases and all that. Yeah.
Wakili, kajam nota ngalalat nebo betut abamot nebo Rigathi Gachagua mawole. Amache baketeben raya kot kuma mache nanendet kala mat ko lekite MPs au mage mache deputy president kala me baketeben raya so komwa ko ne kemwa ngalek public participation. Those in this process nebo public participation kebe in the counties ke baketeboten biik anan kiboisien or ne amun kot kemwa it should be largely okay, feeling it was public participation ko kweli na yeye. Tos kibendi keteboten raya anan kiboisien or ne amun ko ger akine kole mat kanye kesu ko mangityo kando ya bola ko kimage istin le ne raya chikilwe na ngamol kilewe na kimage maginominate ngityo.
Yeah, man, Magamwagla kilewen by almost 7.2 million votes. Because Kamwagla, it's a joint ticket. The understanding of the law is it's a joint ticket of the president and the deputy. So it's a presidency. So, getting a school of thoughts, maybe because of the time limit, because it must happen within 7 days. Now I get Senate, actually within 10 days. National Assembly is 7 days. Senate impeachment must happen within 10 days. So Senate within those 10 days,
Yes.
there have been different schools of thought. Through memoranda where you write emails. Lazima kapa kenyor pitch ground kila constituency. So for me, my understanding that lazima kuwe more pronounced. Lazima kapa almost kila county kenyor reviews chabaraya so that it makes sense because the chikigila wa Kenya chole 7.2 million so at least lazima kenyor a representation from all the 290 constituencies kile what is your opinion on the removal of the deputy president. Lakini because of the limited timeline the court also must give a reasonable interpretation.
Yes.
Kile was it the timeline nyakikita was it reasonable kile the entire country. I mean the entire constituency of 290 in your opinion, but my interpretation and understanding of public participation it must be reasonable. Yes lazima kuya kabisa reasonable because that is one of the grounds nyamucha ku question kotini kile makai proper public participation. So the movers of the motion lazima ku very clear lazima kubakala constituency so that can you the feel of the public kula public agayan ngalechu chobo impeachment anan magayan.
Kongoi ka agere kane the motion noton tetat ketebole ngobaten nanyor kerengu amune sibwat ile amune simi gochi kosibet mi agenge en kandoik koimuch konde siyet kole keisto Rigathi Gachagua ne telelengung ako nekit ni koiger kan iger the grounds chuto kakemwa ile choton somok ko nekit ne mwa ile ye en kerengung kuon moiti the threshold ne kebwati ile kawame keisto en boisiet Rigathi Gachagua ako tos iboiboenjini oleu en nguni kadonatenyin en office noton nebo ruetab president.
Kwanza wenye tebeke kile how did we get here? Omu sigele wana Ruto kule president of Kenya. Largely because kiegecham William Ruto of the policies of the agenda, transformative agenda, malega bottom up. Kiegecham big up Kenya William Ruto. And mpaka sahi we still trust him.
Yes.
Kitegejene kile William Ruto has the ability to transform our country. Personally, I trust the presidency of William Ruto. It will deliver on its manifesto. Lakini pia the fact that Kim Arab Kenyatta, Arab Ruto, deputy president it's almost it also contributed kile kumechekebirche kura kwa sababu hii mtu amesumbuliwa sana na Uhuru Kenyatta. Kimebebe big up Kenya. They expressed serious reservations on the treatment nyepo William Ruto by Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes.
That is why kineba uchaguzi. Kama William Ruto very clearly I will respect and I will protect my deputy president. So kikiria tabika Kenya generally this time round things will be different. But the problem is this. The moment kikijan succession politics too early in this government, that is where the problem emanated from. Succession politics too early, the deputy president felt like he was being sidelined from the government. Kira deputy president, the president has not protected me, and it's a fact. Yeah, he saw that I am not being protected by the president. It looked like, in his own opinion, maybe Ndidi Nyoro were empowered.
Yes.
Ama other people were empowered and he was not being protected. And that is where the main problem is. So what we expected, some of us, is because Kyoichi Arab Ruto, Kyoichi Uhuru Kenyatta Arab Ruto, Kimogib Kote, Kile mucha kenyor disagreement between the president and the deputy president.
Yes.
We never expected that such kind of a disagreement. In fact, I am still of the opinion kile ntaka karam kitikia kuurika Arab Ruto ako Rigathi Gachagua kitabungwen akangalal.
Yes.
You know, we have an agenda that we sold to the people of the Republic of Kenya. Kitabungwen kangalal, we find a solution, again move on forward as a country. Because these things, you never know. For example, moi bika pole nebreren, kure vango, nebreren mat, imegan shua, kilagawo, amasop. Because you know, you can imagine now, if for example, this is a country that is guided by the rule of law. You can imagine, kieto this process, never National Assembly, Kiava Senate, and then the court gives us a different verdict. Agilagotini, the process was not free. The deputy president was not given a proper audience, and we therefore stop the process.
Yes.
For example, if the court holds the process, and because the first place you'll go is the High Court.
Yes.
Thereafter, the Court of Appeal. Musho or Supreme Court.
Yes.
It may take even 1 year to hear that matter and be disposed.
Yes.
So what will happen in the country? Yeah, we'll be doing politics all through. So, and as a leader of this country, I say it here and I will say it here today. The biggest competitor, Nyakiba William Ruto, ku Raila Odinga, 2022 election. A lot of words were said. Kiumulgai, you know, Kechupkai, Mwanja ya siasa. Sahibi as we speak, Raila Odinga, kami bedroom, nyaba serikali.
Yes.
Rigathi Gachagua was arrested, was humiliated by the government of Uhuru Kenyatta. In fact, Rigathi Gachagua at one time, even in his house, in front of his children,
Yes.
and this is someone who campaigned for us as a government. He went all out, despite all the frustrations in your Jubilee government, wakati wa Uhuru. Lakini he went out, campaigned for us. Kejo ngachallenge president, so also maana kabisa kama viongozi. Hata rais mwenyewe olewe po. Nenyi mngalole. Nenyi mginyo chini kat. Tukae chini, we speak to each other, not at each other. Because if we go out there, Kina Kimani Chungwa, they're insulting the deputy president. I don't think it is fair. We need to sit down and we care where was the problem.
Kugot missing Mheshimiwa Timothy Kipchumba amaja samin kebe kwa mungana nwachege weke ketestai ak tetutiet komwa en betut ab amut Rigathi Gachagua kole iye ngot komi biik cheston komat koik chebo Rift Valley kole amun kikinomwa eut lakweng'wong ak kasarta kimbune koimutik ak kibun ak echek anyal kobaten amwa kole amune sokwek chomi tai omoche ocheru rotwok en kasarta nekakimokyogei ko kibororiet noton nebo kandoik chebo Mount Kenya. Kiweksei en amatianchitab Kalenjin kimiten studio Mheshimiwa Timothy Kipchumba MP noton nebo Marakwet East.
West.